Why did 50s jazz subgenres change so quickly? Imagine a time when jazz was like a chameleon, constantly shifting colors and styles. The 1950s were just that, a period of rapid change in jazz music. If you listen closely, you'd hear the smooth sounds of cool jazz one night and the fiery energy of hard bop the next. By the end of the decade, modal jazz was taking over, with its open, spiritual feel. So why did jazz change so fast during this era? To understand, we need to look back at what jazz was like before the 50s. In the 1940s, bebop had shaken up the scene. Bebop was fast, complex, and full of improvisation, a sharp contrast to the big band swing that was popular in the 30s and early 40s. But by the start of the 1950s, musicians and fans wanted something new. The world was changing fast, and jazz reflected that energy. One big reason for the quick shifts was the creativity of the musicians. Artists like Miles Davis, John Coltrane, and Art Blakey didn't want to just copy what had come before. They pushed boundaries, trying new sounds and ideas. This led to the rise of cool jazz, which was smoother and more melodic than bebop. Cool jazz often had lighter arrangements and a relaxed vibe, making it more accessible and modern. It appealed to listeners who wanted something sophisticated but easy to enjoy. At the same time, other musicians took bebop in a different direction. Hard bop combined the energy of bebop with the soulful sounds of blues, gospel, and rhythm and blues. Hard bop was grittier and more emotional, with a strong backbeat and catchy melodies. It connected deeply with African American musical roots and audiences seeking music with both depth and groove. Technology also played a role in this rapid change. The introduction of the long-playing record in the early 1950s allowed musicians to record longer pieces. This gave them more room to experiment and develop new styles. These recordings helped new jazz styles spread quickly across the country. By the mid to late 1950s, jazz was evolving again. Miles Davis's album, Kind of Blue, popularized modal jazz, which used musical scales called modes instead of traditional chord progressions. This approach created a looser, more open sound that allowed for even more improvisation. It was a bold shift, but it felt natural to listeners who had grown used to the fast changes of the previous years. Looking back at the 1950s, jazz was like a whirlwind of innovation. The music reflected a generation eager to break free from the past and try new things. Each new subgenre brought its own mood and energy, capturing the optimism and restlessness of post-war America. For fans today, revisiting this era feels like stepping into a lively time capsule. The variety and rapid evolution of jazz show how music can mirror a culture on the move. Whether you love the cool sounds of Dave Brubeck, the earthy swing of Art Blakey, or the spiritual depth of John Coltrane, the 1950s offer a rich mix of styles. The quick changes weren't just about music. They were about a society eager to explore new ideas and express itself freely.